Joining me now is a very special guest, Deputy Foreign Minister of Poland. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to CNN News 18, finding out time to do this interview. How are you feeling being in Delhi?
Well, I feel like at home. It's my third time in the Resina.
Yeah.
I've been here twice this year.
Yeah.
I'm coming again later this year, so I'm very familiar. And I love the country, and I haven't seen enough of it. In January, I went to Rajasthan. I was in Jaipur at a conference, and where Prime Minister Modi also spoke, was a guest of honor. So yes, I feel extremely well here.
Okay, sir. Given the geopolitical shift that that world is witnessing right now after President Trump coming to power in United States, global discourse, especially around Ukraine and Russia, perhaps EU backing Ukraine, US has a very different viewpoint on finding solution to the ongoing conflict. What is Poland's position on the ongoing conflict?
We helped Ukraine from the very beginning of the war. The Polish border was crossed by 6.5 million Ukrainians, and about 1 million of them stay still in Poland with full rights. They've got social security numbers, they've got health insurance, they've got access to jobs, they've got access to schools free, and that will remain. We certainly will help Ukraine together with other European countries. That has been decided till Ukraine is free. We insist that there's nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine, and there's nothing about Europe without Europe. So we are creating, with Keir Starmer, Prime Minister of Great Britain, a coalition of the willing. We're going to, if necessary, provide a peacekeeping force. We're going to support militarily and financially Ukraine for a foreseeable future.
Okay. Sir, recently we saw a spat between your foreign minister and Elon Musk on X. I want to talk to you about that because, Poland hits back when Elon Musk said that the Ukrainian military is surviving on Starlink networks. How do you see, as a deputy foreign minister, how do you see that statement coming from Elon Musk? Perhaps he's also the part of Trump administration, and the response which your foreign minister gave to Elon Musk.
I wouldn't call it a spat. Foreign Minister Mr. Sikorski pointed it out that Ukraine was not given Starlink by the Americans, and it's not therefore for the Americans to take it away from them. We paid for the Starlink used by the Ukrainians $200 million of our own taxpayers' money.
Okay.
And we expect that this service to be provided since we pay for it. And that clarified the situation, and Elon Musk said a day later that Starlink will be used in Ukraine without any problem. So I think there's a storm in a teacup.
Yeah. Is there issue still going on, or issue has been resolved?
That has been resolved, and Ukraine is receiving your American arms without interruption. Starlink is working without interruption. So this is a good journalistic coup, but there's nothing much behind it.
Sir, a very last question. So Prime Minister Modi has always said that he is on the side of peace. In fact, he traveled to Poland, he traveled to Austria, he also traveled to Ukraine. Perhaps, the perspectives were exchanged on the ongoing conflict. In fact, Prime Minister Modi did a podcast interview also with Lex Friedman. In fact, he said that he is the one who told President Putin that this is not an era of war. Then he also sends message for President Zelensky that solutions cannot be found on a battlefield, irrespective, regardless of who is supporting you. How do you look at Prime Minister Modi's role as far as this conflict is concerned? Perhaps India's role has always been very positive. India has always spoken about dialogue and diplomacy, solution through dialogue and diplomacy. How do you, your government, look at India's role?
We are very grateful for India's involvement. We are very happy that Prime Minister Modi is doing that. We had a fantastic visit of Prime Minister last year. We signed a comprehensive strategic agreement. We signed an action plan to implement it. We appreciate the fact that Prime Minister Modi, at the early stages of the war, did persuade Mr. Putin not to try to use tactical nuclear weapons. He made a call to President Putin. And we also want peace. Nobody wants war. This is, but we want peace that would be secure and stable. We don't want peace that would be a temporary ceasefire which results in 3 years later in a major war.
Okay.
So we support we support peace efforts that will secure a stable and sustainable peace in Ukraine, and we are very grateful to Prime Minister Modi for his involvement. His visit was a phenomenal success, and the first in 45 years a Prime Minister of India came to Poland, and we were very happy that he is involved because he has a mollifying influence over Putin.
So a very last question. Since you are in Delhi, you are also going to hold bilateral talks with your counterpart here. You are also going to meet representative from the government of India. Is there going to be discussion on Russia-Ukraine conflict?
It's no question. We are going to discuss probably very much global issues, because what we are facing some disruption in the international law, international order based on the rule of law,
okay,
which started in 1945. And this is very worrying, because we don't want to return to spheres of influence, and who is bigger and who is stronger can dictate smaller states what to do. And India is in a difficult geostrategic position as well, although it's a big country and very powerful country. But if the world is to be divided into a few strong countries which try to subjugate the others, India will also be affected by that. So this is certainly one of the topics of conversation.
Thank you so much, sir, for speaking to
Thank you
CNN.
very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.